At the start of 2024, I made predictions that the Jehovah's Witnesses would make changes to their shunning policies, and this was honestly a no-brainer because we could see how governments were reacting to them around the world, especially in Europe. So in today's video, I have asked ChatGPT to tell us what predictions it has for the Jehovah's Witnesses in 2025, guys, and guess what? It shocked me. Let's get into it. Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. I am so excited to be back, guys. Happy New Year. Let's just get into this video because I don't want to waste any time. But before we get into it, just two quick call to actions. Firstly, guys, I have my memberships open. If you guys want to help me out, please join my memberships. This is probably going to help me to be more consistent because I've not been posting videos due to a lot of technical issues and just stuff that's been happening behind the scenes. There were people who actually joined, but I joined another organization that's helping me out with my social media and content creating, so I had to pause my memberships, and because of that I lost everyone who joined. So please guys, if you want to help me out, join my memberships. I promise you guys I'm going to try and put out as much content as possible in 2025. And secondly, I've missed hearing where you guys are from. Let me know in the comment section, where are you watching this video from? How was your new year? Like, guys, let me know. I've missed you all so much. Now let's get into this video and hear what ChatGPT has to say about the Jehovah's Witnesses and what's going to happen to them in 2025. At number one, ChatGPT is predicting that the Jehovah's Witnesses in 2025 are going to continue to face more legal scrutiny and be held accountable. And you know what? I have to agree. I have to agree with ChatGPT because the trend we've been seeing in the last couple of days and how governments have been reacting to the Jehovah's Witnesses, especially when it comes to child abuse cover-ups and human rights violations, that to me is just really showing me that, hey, the world is slowly waking up and seeing this organization for what it is. And yeah, a lot of people are going to be held accountable. And guys, I'm not saying these things, just a bit of a disclaimer here. I'm not saying these things. This is Skynet. Skynet is saying these things. I am just reading off the internet and what predictions ChatGPT has. And I think we're going to see a lot of people also being charged. A lot of elders are going to go to prison for the weird stuff and the evilness that they've been portraying or just exuding within communities or kingdom halls towards members. Like, you're going to be held accountable in 2025 because ChatGPT is saying that too. You guys are going to be held accountable. At number two, ChatGPT says they'll have to ease their shunning policies, and I have to agree with them here as well. It reads as predicted earlier, there could be further adjustments to shunning policies due to ongoing pressure from lawsuits and public opinion, especially in Western countries. And I have to agree with ChatGPT. Like, a lot of Western countries have been cracking down on the Jehovah's Witnesses and what has been happening internally within the organization. I must say, Western countries are truly seeing them for who they are as an organization. And once again, this is not a reflection of the religion as a collective and everyone within it, but more specifically the power structures, the men and people who lead congregations. I feel like governments are truly seeing them for who they are and how they treat their members. And it's going to be interesting to see how they, ease these shunning policies even further, because ChatGPT is predicting that they might even just change the wording of the shunning policies and call it loving discipline, because they will not let go of shunning. That we can forget about, because shunning is a form of control. And even ChatGPT is stating here that they will maintain the shunning policies, but they might ease it because they still want to maintain control. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they change the shunning policies going further. I don't know specifically how it's going to happen, guys. If you have an idea, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, interesting times do lie ahead. At number three, ChatGPT says there's going to be a shift towards digital only worship, possibly. And this one, initially I was like, I'm not too sure, because I feel like the religion does want its members in person. There's more like opportunity to exert control and just, physically see the members. So I wasn't too sure that they might go digital only worship. However, there's possibly another looming pandemic, so this could be the case. It's going to be very much interesting to see. And with all of the legal issues that they are facing, this actually does make financial sense because they are paying a lot, guys. Like, they have to settle so many cases out of court. That is money. You have to pay for the legal team. You have to settle going back and forth in court. Like, that is money, and not just like thousands of dollars. That's like millions and millions. And I remember there's this one case that really stands out to me where they had to pay someone $20 million in Hawaii for CSA. Guys, $20 million. Once again, money is not gonna fix all of your problems, but if they have done something to you guys and you have the evidence, I would definitely urge you to come forward and speak out, because yeah, them losing money is making them act out, because ChatGPT made another prediction that we're going to talk about, and I have to say, I have to agree with ChatGPT here when it comes to their money. But let's move on. At number 4, ChatGPT predicts that they will have to also make changes to their doctrines to retain youth or young people, and I have to agree as well here. Us millennials and Gen Z have definitely woken up. Like, being part of the age of information has truly saved us, and growing up with the internet has its bad sides, but it has also had its good sides, where we have become just so informed, so aware of the world, and truly see it for what it is. It's going to be hard for a religion that uses manipulation tactics, fear, to retain young people like us. We are going through a lot. We are dealing with fascism, we are dealing with inflation, recessions, global warming. There's so many issues, and you're telling us we can't go to school, we have to chill here and try to, sell books and just sell a messaging we don't even agree on or we don't even understand. Like, young people cannot stand for that. So I do see as well that they will have to make changes to their doctrines, and we've seen this happening in the last couple of years, where they have eased up on the rules a little bit, and it has become a little more casual, especially like with the dress codes. Like, I'm so shocked that but women specifically can wear pants. I'm like, what? I never saw that coming. So I do see them having to continue changing and making their doctrines a little bit more palatable to young people. It's going to be interesting to see what changes specifically they make, because once again, these are old people. These are boomers who think that they know us and understand us. So it's going to be interesting to see what changes they will make. What do you guys think? What do you think they're going to change to retain young people? Because, yeah, I don't know. It like, wearing pads for me is not good enough. It is definitely not good enough. At number 5, ChatGPT says there will be an increased emphasis on apocalyptic messaging. And you know what? I have to agree with this 100%. Guys, the other day I was sitting and calculating. 1914 was 111 years ago. 1975 was almost, 50 years ago. There's people who still think the world was going to end when this religion has said it 100 years ago, and the world is still in existence this day. They said it in 1975. The world is literally still existing. So they do have to re-engage their members. They do have to say something along the lines of, hey, the world is still ending, don't forget, just to make sure that people are engaged and people are still like instilled with fear, and they have to be like, okay, the world's gonna end, and we need to stay here and we need to make Jehovah proud. Whatever reasoning people will say to themselves, they will still need that messaging that, hey, the world's going to end. Because a lot of people are just like, guys, the world's been ending and it's not ending. We are literally going through global warming. We had pandemics. We have so many wars going in and around us, and the world is still standing. The world is still here. When is it going to end? A lot of Jehovah's Witnesses are emotionally and spiritually fatigued with waiting for the end that's not coming. I can see it with my own family members who are still part of this religion. They are waiting, guys. They are waiting for the end. This is so sad. This is so sad. Like, these people are waiting and it's not coming. I do see like these men who are in power having to re-engage their members, talk about how the world is going to end and blah, 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 because the world is not ending, and people are like, okay, we're waiting. We're waiting. So yeah, we might see them talking about the very last days of the very last days of the very last days of the very, 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 very last days are here for the very, 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 very last time. At number 6, ChatGPT says there will be a lot of property sales and financial streamlining in 2025 for the Jehovah's Witnesses. I saw this article last year and I wanted to make a video about it, but just mentally I was just honestly burnt out. But this article is talking about how they are financially streamlining their money in Europe, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they even had to like hire someone or outsource someone who's a Jehovah's Witness but very qualified and in the financial space. And I don't know what they're up to, guys. Like, they are literally moving money around around, and these people actually have investment funds. And I'm like, what are you investing into if this organization is a charity organization, right? So they are literally streamlining their funds, trying to liquidate some of their money. And you need to ask yourself, why? Legal issues. So that is definitely happening. So we're going to see more and more kingdom halls being sold because they need this money, guys. Like, if you are someone who is physically in but mentally out and you can't leave right now, at least the bare minimum, stop giving this organization your money. Do not give them your money, because at the end of the day, that's all they want from you: your money, your time, your resources. Do not give it to them. At number 7, and the very, very last point, is that we are going to see them, one, attempt to rebrand, and secondly, change some policies for localized congregations. Now, firstly, with rebranding, I kind of have to agree. The public opinion around the Jehovah's Witnesses is definitely changing, and people are really seeing them who they are. The mask is dropping. A lot of you guys are actually reaching out to me. Hey, I'm so surprised that people are waking up at the rate that they are. And they are now becoming more and more desperate. So they will have to actually rebrand and change their messaging. And we're going to see a lot of this in 2025. And then secondly, which is like really, really annoying me, African people, Asian people, come to the forefront. Come to the forefront, because while at least finally in Western countries, rates of Jehovah's Witnesses are dropping and less people are like associating themselves with this organization, you guys are increasing. Why? Why are there more and more Jehovah's Witnesses in Asia and Africa? Why? Well, I know why in Africa, because by the year 2050, 1 in 4 people on this planet will be African. So they know that the African population is growing. So for them to retain some form of a foothold, some form of income when it comes to money, they have to grow in Africa, basically. So I understand why they are reaching out for Africa. And I also understand in Asia, like, people of color, at the end of the day, we are very much spiritual, very much religious, and yeah, that's just who we are. But come on, guys, do your research. Like, honestly, do your research before you join any organization, any religion. Do your research. And isn't this crazy? Because Asia and Africa have an issue when it comes to high control religions. Like Asia, guys, like when you look it up, especially like South Korea and Japan, they have an issue when it comes to high control religions. I even did a video about this actually last year. So it makes a lot of sense why they're growing there. But at the same time, guys, we have access to the internet right now. Do your research, learn about these organizations before you associate yourself with them. Okay, that was a rant. I apologize. But yes, they're going to have to make changes, back to the video, when it comes to their policies to accommodate these African people and Asian people who are part of these different congregations within these regions. So ChatGPT is predicting that, hey, they will make some cultural changes to accommodate these people, and this is probably going to cause a little bit of differences. And I see that happening because when you become a Jehovah's Witness, especially as a person of color, there's so much you have to forsake when it comes to your traditions and your culture. And because they're losing young people, because people are aging and less people are affiliating themselves with this organization, they literally have no choice but to make changes. As predicted, they will make changes to their policies to accommodate young people and these different cultures that are joining and just growing within the organization. Like, I'm still upset. Why are there more and more Africans joining the Jehovah's Witnesses and Asian people? Like, guys, come on. Come on. But yes, that is what ChatGPT is predicting for the Jehovah's Witnesses in 2025. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Like, what do you think is going to happen to them in 2025? It's going to be very much interesting times with all of the global events taking place simultaneously while this organization is also being exposed. I think with us seeing just how people, especially high profile people, are being held accountable when it comes to CSA, this will definitely also roll over to this organization and how they've been covering it up. And I think because like the world has woken up to that, they are also going to be even more exposed as well. So yeah, interesting times lie ahead for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will definitely see you all in the next video. Bye.